So, good morning once again. Let's get started with the second chapter here for the book The Secret. This is The Secret Made Simple. Before we actually go into deep dive into the second chapter, we'll quickly review what we learned yesterday. Our thoughts are the primary instruments of what we are feeling and what we are experiencing in our life. So, our thoughts are the key, and universe does not understand any negations to what we want. We always have to keep our request in more so positive way. That's what the universe is trying to look for. So with that said, let's get into the next step of today, like how is the secret made simple. So we all know, researchers and everyone know that we get many thoughts, about 60,000 thoughts per day. So since thoughts are important, we need to have positive thoughts. How can we actually monitor our 60,000 thoughts going on every single day and making sure all those are aligning and lining up to what we want? It may seem like a very daunting task because monitoring 60,000 thoughts, it's not easy. So that's where the feelings come in place. So the other here comes back and says that making sure we are focusing and understanding or aware of how we feel, because that is extremely important along with the thoughts. If you think about this, right, if the thoughts are the cause for everything what we are experiencing, feeling is like the effect. So that's the effect of our thoughts. So but no one can actually determine, or no one can actually tell how you are feeling good or bad, because the feelings always stay with only within yourself. You are the only one who knows how you feel. You are the only one doing all those things for us. So the best way for you to become aware of your feelings is to start asking, how am I feeling now, or how am I doing today? And your thoughts determine the frequency. If you remember the frequency, if your thoughts determine the frequency what you are looking for, and your feelings actually they tell what frequency you are on. That can help to identify what you are doing. So primarily, if you have good emotions and good feelings, they may be coming out as excitement, joy, gratitude, love, and all of that. On the flip side, if the feelings are not good, you may feel like something in your stomach, butterflies in your stomach, or you may not be wanting to do the good things. So very similar to what we have seen earlier with thoughts. So we are attracting what we are feeling as well. So we have to be extremely cautious of how we are feeling, because we are attracting that, we are sending those feelings into the universe and asking the universe to give those feelings more back to us. So basically, our feelings are the frequency feedback mechanisms, because we cannot keep track of all our thoughts with our feelings. We can keep a track of, okay, so this is how I'm feeling. So that means I need to change my thought, because the thought is, if the thought is good, your feelings will also be good. They can also be considered as a warning. If there is a negative feeling, so it's time for you to change the negative feeling, change the frequency, so that you can get into more of the positive state. So this is just like observing the feelings that's happening now. But what about the future? You can actually purposefully use your feelings and transmit to a more powerful feeling by adding what you are wanting for. So primarily, you can start manifesting what you want by adding your feelings to your wants. It is very simple, right? Like, for example, all of us want to be healthy. You can begin by thinking right now. You can think and you can begin feeling that you are healthy, you are prosperous, and you are surrounded by all the good things around you. So, feelings can be feedback for existing or what you're thinking now, but they can also be used for your future to make sure you get your feedback, and you can manifest what you are looking for in your future. But is it always that simple? Can I actually do it very easily? So sometimes, right, we all get into this, I would say, this cycle of where we have a small bad feeling and it starts a rippling effect and we get more and more bad things. So with that, right, so we need a mechanism or way. How do we get back, or how do we make sure we keep our feelings in the good way, in the way they are, so that we can feel good, so that we can attract that, we can send that signals out to the universe and start to attract more of the good feelings. So, what can we do to transmit or to do that shift? So, that's where comes the secret shifters. So, secret shifters are primarily, you can think of them as a list of things that will make you happy or that will help you to feel good. The secret shifters can be as simple as your memories when you were a childhood, or like any memory you have. It's something that's make you feel happy, lovable, and what you have been doing, or any future moments or funny moments, something you really had great fun, you enjoyed it. And or it can also be a music, it can be your favorite music person or anyone. So once you get a list of these secret shifters, once you have this available, if you find yourself angry, frustrated, or feeling not so good, that's when you have to be conscious and quickly turn to your secret shifters. Rely on them and make sure you signal or you rely on them to get to a better or good feeling. And one thing, right? The secret shifters is really good. But what is the best feeling that can get you the most or highest energy? So, love is considered the greatest emotion of all. So, when you start thinking of harmful thoughts about others, there is only one person you are harming, that is yourself. In a similar way, if you think of the greatest emotion, love, about others, just thinking in your brain or feeling that you're loving, you're sending positive energy to others, you are the one who will be the most benefited from that feeling. When you send the love out to the universe, you are basically attracting the, uh, I would say, highest force in the universe. And that's coming to you because you are on the highest frequency. Love is on the highest frequency. So always remember, masters, sending out love will actually benefit us more than the other person who is getting the love as well. And also, other thing that most important takeaway I would say is it's always good to start off giving what you have, because in universe it does not discriminate between anyone. So everyone is treated equal in this law of attraction. So it is not partial to anyone or anything. So what you do is what you come back, irrespective of your age, of your status, of your level, irrespective of anything going on around you. So everyone is treated equal, or everyone is given equal energies from the universe. And other quick example I just wanted to throw that the other mentioned is Einstein, right? We all know Einstein. He is one of the greatest scientists who we know. So Einstein has always been claiming in his mind that this is the magnificent universe I am living in. And the universe is bringing all good to me. And the universe is actually supporting me in everything I do. And universe will meet all my needs immediately. We all know what Einstein did, but these were some of the affirmations and what he used to affirm every single day to get to where he was. So we can actually implement this in our life, adding these affirmations to our life to get to where we are, to get to where we want to go. So today's highlight is more about feelings, how we can shift our feelings, focus on the great things, focus on love. That's the highest energy. So with that, Any questions? And we'll do the highlights at the end of the session and also the challenge at the end of the session at 7 o'clock, about 6:55 or so. But any questions on how we can start putting the secret into our life, start implementing it day to day with small things we do? Okay. If no questions on how we can implement, let's quickly get to meditation masters. Please close your eyes. And remove your glasses. Slowly start bringing your attention to your breath. Your breath is your guru. So let's all connect to the universe and the power of love, light, and energy. With the greatest feeling of good feeling of being contented, happy, healthy. Let's all start observing our breath.
No, my dad stopped paying for car insurance. Wait till you see his.
Last 2 minutes, masters. Continue to be with your breath. Last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring your hands towards your eyes. Slowly open your eyes and look at your palms. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's all thank the universe, the masters, and the energies we received today. So, thank you. That we'll quickly review what we discussed today in the second chapter for the secret. So, I'm sharing back my screen again. The key things or key highlights for today we need to remember is be aware of our feelings, because our feelings do manifest in our life, and that's what we are getting in our life. So become more aware of our feelings, and we can definitely have a secret shifters, something that can help us to get back to those good great feelings, away from any of the negative or low feelings or bad feelings. And love, which is the greatest positive feeling. So, greater love we emit, the greater power we harness. So, let's make sure we emit, or like we primarily focus on loving everyone and everything on our way as we go through today. With that, I think today we have two challenges for you all, masters. First thing is, it would be great if you all can create your secret shifters. So, for those who joined a little late, so secret shifters are something that can help you, give you a great or good feeling. It can be like a music, a audio you heard, it can be a person or an experience or a funny moment. So, let's try to create those secret shifters, have them handy whenever we need them. So that's one thing. And second thing is, let's see how we can use that secret shifters and actually change. If we get into any negative thought today, use that and shift our thought to become positive or think good. Start having a positive or good emotion and good feeling to what we are doing. So tomorrow, masters, one of you will just tell your secret shifters. Again, there is no right and wrong answer here. Everything is valid, but one of you can share it. One or as many of you are willing, we can share that in the morning before we start our chapter 3. Any questions? So two challenges for today. Make sure you either, I highly suggest to write it down on a paper I know I don't, at least like, and I prefer writing on a paper versus writing on the phone. If you have few things, just try to remember all those great things which make you happy, which give you that positive feeling, and write them. It can be 3 or 4 or 5, whatever number you think. And let's start using them. It's good to have some shifters, but let's start using them in the day. That will be our challenge for today. So, any questions, masters? Yeah, go ahead, Surabhi ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning. I want to share my experience about yesterday.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we ended the session around 7 and 7:08. I'm like, oh God, I'm late. And
Ah,
at that time, you literally popped in my head and said, you just attended the session, Surbi. You cannot do this to yourself. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be late.
yeah,
So thank you for that mental reminder. I really appreciate it. And
yeah.
then all day long, I kept on checking on myself, and I think I did pretty good. But that 7 or 8 was the mental reminder from you. Thank you. Thank you for doing this.
No, that's amazing. Really glad you came up and shared your experience, right? So,
Thank
masters, yeah, this is amazing. I think we all know all of this, but putting it and having that quick reminders, putting it into our daily life, that's what actually gives us, or implementation is more important than the knowledge. We know a lot, but let's start putting that into practice. That's more important. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Ramesh. Okay, if no other questions, thank you all, masters. Remember your challenge and come back tomorrow again. We'll see you all again. We'll have more good things coming up for you in the next 8 days.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one, all.
Thank you, Bharti ma'am.
Thank you, Sushma.
Thank you, Bharti garu.
Yeah. Thanks, Anvi.